Hello students, myself Sumangla Biradar. Today in this video we will discuss about conceptual data modeling using entities and relationships. So first we'll see what actually entities means and attributes means. Entity, it is actually a thing or a real world object with an independent existence. So which is having the meaning for the any of the objects, those real world objects you can call as an entity. That object may be existence physically or it may be existence conceptual. Physical existence examples are it may be any person, car, house or employee. For conceptual existence, it may be company, job, university or course. All those things also you can consider as an object here, and those objects will be called as an entities here. So entity is what? It is a real world object here. Okay. So next is attributes. Attributes are properties which are used to describe an entity. So if you are having any real world object, that object if you are described, that one we call as an attributes here. So this is the one of the example. Here I taken two example as a entities. One is the E1. E1 is the employee entity and C1 is the company entity here. And attributes for employee E1 is name, address, age, home phone. All these are the attributes which describe the employee entity here. Next is the company. C1 is the company entity and name, headquarters and president. All these are the attributes which describe your company here. So is it clear now? Entity is any real world object and attributes are which describe the entity here. Next is type of attributes. So here are the different types of the attributes. Among those, first one is the composite attribute. So composite attributes are attributes, okay, which we can further subdivided as a sub attributes here. So for example, address is a one attribute, okay. So this attribute you can further subdivided as attributes as like street address, city, state and zip. And even street address, once again you can further subdivide as a number, street and apartment. So which attributes is it possible to further division? So such type of the attributes we call as a composite attributes. Dividing the attributes as a sub attributes if it is possible. So those attributes we call as what now? Composite here. Next one is the simple attributes. Simple attributes are the attributes. So it is atomic, non-divisible. So if you take any attribute, further dividing of that attribute if it is not possible, so such type of the attributes we call as a simple attributes. Example for that one is USN. Is it possible to subdivide as a USN as a parts? No. This is the single attribute and it is the atomic here. Atomic attributes you call as a simple attributes here. And composite means further dividing of the attributes as a sub attributes if it is possible, those we call as a composite attributes. Next is single valued attributes versus multi-valued attributes. So name itself it tells single means what it is. For that attribute you can assign only single value. So such type of the attributes we call as a single valued. Example for that one is age. So if you take the any person or any object as an employee, it may be anything. So for the person, age is what it is. It is the single attribute here. Sorry, single value here. In the same way for date of birth, it is always holds a only one value as a single value. So next is multi-valued attributes. So name itself it tells it is what? For the one attribute you may have multiple values. If I take the color as a one attribute, so now for the car, if I take the object as a car, for the car color you may have multiple colors for the same car here. Yes or no? Then what are the values we'll get for color now? So if assume that for my car I am having the white and black combination of the colors here. So then what is the values it holds this color attribute now? Yes, color attribute holds black and white, two values here. So which attributes holds more than one values? So attribute name is same, but what are the values you will assign now? Multiple values you can assign for this color attribute here. So such type of the attributes we call as what now? Multi-valued. In the same way, college degree. So after completion of BE, you may take the one more degree as a MTech. Next may be PhD. Then what is the value for this college degree? Yes, you have the multiple degrees. One is BE as a value and another is MTech and another is the PhD. So for the one attribute, you can assign the multiple values. If you are assigned such type of the attributes, what we call as a multi-valued. Is that clear now? Okay. Next is stored versus derived attributes. So stored versus derived attributes means what? Some of the attribute values, it is totally depends on another attribute value. If I ask what is your age, how you tell your age? Yes, based on your date of birth. If you know the date of birth, then only you can tell age here. So meaning of this one is what? Age is derived from the date of birth. Based on date of birth, you can tell what is the age value here. So this type of the attributes you call as a derived attributes, okay, which are derived from the another attribute here. So it is totally age is depends on date of birth here. So if you don't know the date of birth, then you can't tell what is the value for the age here. So that's why age is the derived attribute. And this value is derived from which attribute? So that attribute we call as a stored attribute. So here stored attribute is date of birth. From date of birth you can tell what is the age here. So that's why it is the stored attribute. Is it clear now? Next is the one more type is the null values here. Null values for some attributes. So for that you may don't know what actually value holds for those attributes. So such type of the attribute value you can take as a null values here. So it may be unknown or it may be not applicable here. So sometimes for that attributes it is not applicable. So then also you can take the value as a null here. Example here as a college degree. At present, if I ask you students only, what is your college degree? Yes, after completion you will get the college degree as a BA. But now you are not completed. Then what is the value you have to insert for this college degree now? So it is not applicable now. At present it is not applicable. In that situation you can apply as a null value here. As a null you can take the assign the value for college degree at present as a null here. Okay. Unknown. So if I ask what is the phone number of your friend? At present you don't know what is the phone number, but it exists, but you don't know. So in that situation also, so in the place of the phone number, it is existing, but you don't know. So in that situation also you can take the null value here. So null values in one situation for that attribute it is not applicable. Then you go for null value and it is existing but you don't know. So in that situation also you can take as a value for those attributes as a null values here. Next is complex attributes. Complex attributes are combination of composite attributes and multi-valued attributes. Yes, what is composite attributes? Yes, composite attributes means what? Attribute you can further divide as a sub-attributes. Then multi-valued attributes which holds more than one values here. So now usually it is the combination of both. Some attributes you can further subdivide as a sub-attributes. Even those attributes holds the multi-valued here. So in the such type of the attributes what you call? We call as a complex attributes here. So here is the example of address phone here. Address phone. This is the example for the complex attributes here. So now here phone. If I take the phone, so what actually if I ask any phone numbers, then what it holds? First digits it tells the area code, next one it tells the phone number here. Yes, this phone is you are further subdivided as what here? Area code and the phone number here. So this we call as what it is? Composite example here. Okay, this attribute what we call? We call as a composite because phone number you are further subdivided as what here? Area code and the phone number. Okay, so now this phone is one attribute. That attribute further subdivided as what now here? Area code and the phone number here. So now for example, you may have multiple numbers. Dual SIM idavillri ನಿಮ್ಮ mobile? Yes, it is having. Okay, if you are having the dual SIM, then what is the thing? If I ask the mobile number, so for your friends you give some number and for personal work also you will give the some number. Okay, multiple phone number you may have. So then it is what for? Same phone number you may have the multiple values. So then it is example for what? Multi-valued here. Okay, multi-valued. So more than one phone number that particular any one person may have the more than one phone numbers. That's why it is multi-valued, and phone number is further divided as the area code and the phone number. Okay, phone number as a composite attributes. And composite attributes, it is you are showing, because complex attributes is the combination of these two. Which attributes are composite and which holds multiple valued, that one you are representing using the parenthesis and the flower brackets. So this flower braces indicates what here? Multi-valued. Phone holds multi-valued here. And this parenthesis indicates composite attribute here. So phone, you are further divided as a phone number and area code, because this is further divided sub attributes here. Those you can represent with the inside the parenthesis here. Same thing, address. So address is one attribute. That one once again further divided as a street address, and that street address once again you are further divided as a number, street and apartment number. Okay, so this one is what? Once again it is example for the composite address, composite attributes. You may also have the multiple addresses. For person may have the multiple addresses. So that multi-valued address may be having the multi-valued. So then you can represent that with inside the parenthesis here. Okay, so flower brackets, that indicates what here? Multi-valued, and this parenthesis indicates what it is? Composite attributes. So these are the different types of the attributes. Is it clear now? Okay. Next we will go for some of the terms or concepts comes under conceptual data modeling or high level conceptual data modeling. So in that one is entity types. Entity types. So entity type is, okay, if any entities, okay, set of entities which share or which have common attribute structure. So such type of the entities you call as a entity type here. So now here this is the one example. Employee is the entity type. So in this employee entity type you are having the entities as a E1, E2 and E3. All these entities share same attributes here. So what are those? Name, age and salary. For E1 also you are entered the value for the name and value for the age and value for the salary here. And E2 also shares the name, age and salary, and E3 also shares the name, age and salary here. So such type of the entities what we call as an entity type. Group of the entities E1, E2, E3, all these are the group of the entities which share same attributes or common attributes or common structure. So such type of the entities you group as a entities sets, and that one you give the name as a entity type here. Employee is the entity type. In the same way, company C1 and C2 are the entities. These two share these attributes, name and headquarters and the president. These are the attributes. This C1 and C2 entities both share the same attributes here or common attributes. Then company is what now? Company is the entity type here. And all this group E1, E2 and E3, all these are what? Group of entities. This group we call as what now? Entity set here. Okay, entity set is what it is? Group of the entities which share the common attributes, and those attributes and entities you will call as, those group of the entities we call as an entity set. Even you can also tell as an extension here. Extension and entity set is what? Group of entities. Next is key attributes of an entity type. So now for example, if I take the name, age and salary, okay, so you can take any one attribute as a key attribute. Which attributes you will take as a key attribute? Which values are distinct here or uniqueness property here. So that attribute value must be unique here. Okay, it is distinct. Such type of the attributes we call as a key attributes of an entity type here. So in this example, so you may take as a name as an entity type if it holds the unique values here, but usually name may be repeated here. So for employee, if you take the social security number of the employee, yes, the social security number is always unique. For every employee you are having the distinct value here. So such type of the attributes what we call as a key attributes here. Even if any entities, if you want to identify with the help of the key attribute, you can identify here. Next is the value sets or domain of the attributes. Set of values that may be assigned to the to that attribute for each individual entity here. So now here John Smith is 5580K. So all these are what? Values. These are the set of values here. For the attributes, what are those attributes? For the name, John Smith is the value, and for the age, 55 is the value, and for the salary, 80K is the value here. So this set, what we call as a value set here. Okay. Next is weak entity type. One more entity type is here. So that entity type, what we call weak entity type. When if that entity type don't have their own key attribute. So that attribute entity don't have the key attribute. Okay, not a single attribute. If it is key attribute, which type of the attributes you call as a key attribute? It holds unique values. So for some entities, all the attributes are not a unique here. So now then you call this type of the entity type as a weak entity types here. So here I taken the example of employee and dependent. Dependent is what? It is for the policy purpose. So all those dependent's name, okay, it is stored in the dependent entity type. And employee, okay, all the employee related informations comes under in this employee entity type here. So this dependent, when it exists, it is dependent on the employee only. So here this dependent, if you want, then it is depends on the employee. This dependent don't have the its own key attribute here. Okay, so it's identified by the employee's key attribute. Employee's key attribute is social security number here. So this type of the entity types, what we call weak entity types here. So dependent is the weak entity type because this dependent entity type don't have key attribute here. Whereas employee is the strong entity type because employee has the key attribute, that is the social security number. Okay, so now if you want to identify this dependent, you can identify with the help of the employee, okay, entity type. So this one employee entity type we call as what it is, identifying relationship here. So if you want to identify dependent, it is possible with the help of the strong entity type employee here. So this strong entity type, what we call as a identifying relationship. Okay, this is about the types of the entities and what actually entity type and what are the different types of the attributes comes under this attributes in high level conceptual data modeling. Is it clear now? Okay, thank you.